Since we've seen you fight, that was an emotional one for you. I remember you coming backstage and it was a very emotional one. How have things been for you since that fight?
Pretty good. It seems like I took a wee turn in the road and I felt now it feels like I'm winning at life again. Really with the world and the pandemic, I suppose everybody's been doing, it's been pretty much a nightmare for every time. If you go in my fighting career and being active and getting to fight, it's been pretty shit. Not being able to fight, not being able to earn money, which is pretty rough. But I managed, but I had a wee boy during the lockdown. He was 6 months old now, so there's a wee bit of light at the end of the tunnel for me. It's worked out good, I would say. Pretty brilliant.
Does that change your mindset? You know, you're a father now, going into a fight week, you're fighting for something other than just yourself. Does that make things different for you in any way?
Pretty much. Fighting's a pretty selfish sport. And if you get to drag anybody else along for that ride, it's pretty shit for them as well. Never got any choice, I've got a wee boy to drag along, but I suppose it makes me think about how I project myself to the world more than ever now. Trying not to swear, which I'm doing a terrible job at right now. I would hate for him to grow up and do the same. Even grow up fighting, I wouldn't be keen on that either, but I'm on a platform where I can show him hard work pays off.
And the hard work's got you a 4-fight win streak. I asked the same question to Charlie Leary actually. He got a big win in his last fight. He's been frustrated that he hasn't been able to go in and pick up that momentum. How's it been for you? You're on that win streak and you haven't really been able to capitalise on it due to factors out of your control.
It seems to be every time I get a wee bit of momentum going, I get shut down with sun. Before in the previous organisation it was contract issues, this time it was a pandemic around the world. It's like I can't get momentum going, but it doesn't stop me winning for some reason. I still pull these out of the bag and I come out with big wins. It's great to have momentum, but as long as you keep winning it doesn't really matter. And the time frame when it is, as long as I go out there performing and win, I couldn't care if I fought once a year or once next year. As long as I'm winning it, that's it. That's what I can control and that's what I plan to do right now.
Yeah, and it's a classic England versus Scotland matchup against Andrew Fisher. Does that add any extra spice to it for you, or is it just another matchup for you?
Just another matchup for me. You know, when I was young, like in Scotland, we've got 2 football teams, Celtic and Rangers, and it always caused problems for me when I was young. Like, what team do you support? And if you supported the wrong team, you ended up in a fight. So it made me hate football. I actually don't even like watching it because it got me in that much trouble when I was wee, and I ended up having pals that supported 2 different teams, and I'm stuck in the middle being pals with this guy, pals with that guy, and they hate each other because of the football team. Well, I see the same as England and Scotland, and I've got pals all around the world now. So when people try and compare England to Scotland to turning up to fight, I'm just like, oh fuck, I've heard enough of that. I really don't like to focus on the Scottish and England. I'm really passionate about where I'm from in Scotland, but I don't look at an English guy and think I hate you just because you're English. So it's not going to make a difference what nationality the guy was on Friday night. I'm still going to go in and try and knock his head off.
Yeah. And
does it help he's English?
No, it doesn't. As I said, it doesn't matter what I got.
It doesn't sound like it when you say it though. You say it with the air of a man who's about to come down the border and lay waste.
To use guys it does, because I know you love that shit, but to me it doesn't matter.
But you don't know the sinister nature and sound of your own voice. No, it sounds like you mean business.
No, you're proper right.
It does sound like you mean
we're in fight week and I'm 7 pounds off my weight, so
yeah.
I mean business if we're talking about Jaffa cakes or a cup of tea. It's going to sound the fucking same.
But don't tease you, yeah? Don't tease you with chocolate.
Don't tease me.
Yeah.
As a proud Scot though, I think I spoke to you about this before the Bellator debut last time out. You're on the roster. It would seem that potentially with the pandemic opening up, the Hydro's got to be an option at some point for Bellator if they want to keep putting on fights in the UK. How much would that mean to you to pick up a big win here this weekend and then maybe get yourself a fight in the Hydro at some point, maybe in 2022?
That'd be a dream come true. Every organisation I've fought and I've seen to drag them to Scotland and put on a show in the Hydro, and the Scottish fans always welcome it with open arms. They love it. I walked out to Florida, Scotland to one of the shows the place erupted. It was one of the best nights of my life. I'd love to do that again for Bellator, but I don't know who's pulling the strings here again. I don't know if they see that passion for Scotland, or they see what would happen if they brought a show to Scotland, but I know they would fill that place, definitely. And I'm not entirely sure their schedule, or what European schedules are doing, or whether they're coming back to Europe this year or early next year, and then they're going to Ireland again. But what they can do in Ireland, they can recreate in Scotland, and I'm one of the OGs of the game now, pretty much. I'm getting up there. I feel like I've been around forever, but I still feel fresh as a daisy. So I don't think there's a better person to lead that forefront and fly that flag in there than me. So they've got the perfect candidate on their hands, so they better hurry up because time's running out.
Last one from me. Andrew Fisher's on a 4-fight win streak, same as yourself. A veteran of the game, same as yourself. Break this one down for us. How are you going to get it done on Friday night?
I don't care, to be honest. I just fucking like to punch the guy and knock him out. He marches forward. I don't think he's one of those guys you need to go looking for. And I'm sick of chasing country in that fucking cage. So if he stands there, I'm more willing to stand there and trade with him. So the best man win the night, and the first man to fall will be the first one to land that punch, I think. And I know I definitely had harder if you look at my past record and opponents and TKOs I've had. I think only takes 1 or 2 shots from me and you're picking your teeth off the canvas. So I've not seen that for him in his fights. It'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see the look in his face when it happens.
Perfect.
Rob, a couple from me, if I could, lads. So, firstly, 6 sleeves, loving those to death.
Cheers, mate.
Secondly, your little man, what's his name?
Blake.
Blake, loving Blake.
Blake.
Loving that. And then, finally, I know that you spoke about personal difficulties like 2019, 2020, and I know it's been really, really difficult to everyone. You look super well, so I'm guessing that those things are behind you and you're super focused on the fight.
Can't keep a good man down, can you? It was never going to last that long. I just managed to pull myself out of it, well my friends did, and I just got back to being me. That's it, back in the gym training. Hopefully get paid to fight now again. The world's back to normal. Got a wee guy there to represent as well, so seems like I'm winning again. I'm going to win on Friday night, so I'm looking forward to it. Cheers.
Oh, can I do one more before you dive in? Is that all right?
Of course.
It's the MVP show in the main event. He's taking on Douglas Lima. Everyone's got an opinion on MVP. He's got a very exciting, polarising fighting style. We're asking everybody we talk to this week to describe MVP in one word. How would you describe MVP in one word?
Elusive.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Rob.
I've got to an interview with you for the sponsors, William Hill. Can I keep your light on if that's possible?
Yeah.
Thank you.